Have you ever had one of those days, one of those I should have stayed in bed today type of days, where just one thing after the other just continues to go wrong? That's the kind of day I've had today, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and I don't think you do either. I don't actually know anybody who likes those kind of days. So, what do you do about it? How do you handle it when that happens to you? I would love to hear in the comments just what you do to turn that around, because I know for sure that if you keep going with that same level of frustration, irritation, I just can't handle it anymore kind of feeling, then you're going to attract more of it. I know that for sure because I've done it today. I've even observed myself doing it today. So, just a whole series of things that shouldn't have gone wrong, that do go wrong, and then you get frustrated about that, and then that level of frustration just builds and builds and builds. And then you're coming along in the zip lane, and the guy right beside you but behind you a bit just forces his way through, and you hit the horn and he completely ignores you. So when you get to pull up beside him at the lights and you roll down your window and say, well, not too politely but relative politely, it's a zip lane, you're supposed to give way, and then he rolls his window up and completely ignores you, and your blood boils. Let me tell you, he's not worth it. None of the stuff that has happened today is worth me feeling like this. So I have to find a way, and you have to find a way to turn it around. And the best way I know is tapping and clearing as you go. So figuring out what it is. So the truth is, there must have been some level of frustration in my energy field before I even got started today. So the best result is going to be if you find what that level of frustration is about and tap and clear it. And then you haven't got it in your energy field, and then you won't keep attracting it. Does that make sense? So what is it for you? I hope you've had a better day than me, but no doubt you have a day like this sometimes too. And it does not feel good. And you kind of feel powerless to turn it around. But you're not powerless. You can take a breath and you can think about some positives in the situation. So in my kind of warped thinking, I thought, well, at least I didn't crash into him, and at least the people I took my computer to have the camera fixed were polite, and even though they couldn't fix it, they actually were polite and nice enough and didn't charge me. So there's a couple of positives. Not enough yet to make me feel better, or not enough to make me feel good, but certainly enough to make me feel a bit of relief and a bit of relief. So the more relief you get when you're doing that sort of switching your thinking, the easier it is then. The more relief you get, the better the feeling, the easier it is to reach for those contentment, satisfaction, even gratitude places. I mean, if nothing else, and you can't find a way and nothing else seems to be working, gratitude is your answer every time. Get off the topic, because you're not going to find gratitude about that probably, but get off the topic and find something that you feel gratitude about, and immediately you're lifting that vibration. The other thing, of course, that I'm going to suggest is tapping whatever the frustration is. So once you figure it out, then you can tap and clear it. So let's do some tapping on frustration. Or if it's something else going on for you, you insert your word where I say frustration. Okay? Take a reading on how frustrating it feels when you think about it. The best thing, of course, is to identify a specific piece. But if you can't, just start where you are, just a level of frustration where you are, and then tap and clear. and tap and clear until that comes down, and then you might need to track back on other pieces that have you frustrated or whatever the feeling is and clear them as well. So on the karate chop side of your hand, even though I feel so much frustration, I choose to accept myself anyway. Even though I feel so much frustration, I choose to accept myself anyway. Even though I feel all this frustration, even if I'm not sure where it comes from, I choose to accept myself anyway. And then come to the crown. All this frustration, eyebrow, so much frustration, side of eye, all this frustration, under eye, so much frustration, under nose, all this frustration, under lip, so much frustration, collarbone, all this frustration, underarm, so much frustration, on the wrist, all this frustration, side of hand again, so much frustration, and crown, all this frustration. And then take a big breath and just see how it feels now. Now, if you've got a specific piece that you're working on, go back to that specific thing. If not, just get a general sense of how you're feeling now. Is it calming your body down? That's what should happen, but you might need to do a few more rounds to get to that point. So, keep on tapping. You want to bring that level of frustration or whatever your emotion is down to a level 0 out of 10 is preferable, but if you can't get it down to that, then just bring it down to a manageable level. Because for sure, if you've got it going on in your energy field, you are going to attract more evidence of it. And that is not what you want to be doing. And it's not what I want for you. I want you to live a life that you love, that loves you right back. And I want you to spiral up to the best feelings that you can find. So keep on tapping if you need to clear it. Otherwise, change your focus, find some good feeling thoughts about what's going on, or get off the topic and think thoughts of gratitude. Or even better, and this is what I didn't do today, and this is why I got myself into trouble today, you need to get out in front of it. So starting the day off with gratitude and appreciation, maybe some meditation, maybe a walk, or something that gets you out in nature. So you're really filling up your cup of self-love, so to speak. So do that and spiral up, and I'll talk to you soon.